Hi, I'm Kathy Camera, the construction copywriter, and today's video is about brand values. It's a continuation of the first couple of videos I've made this month about my brand values. And as I've explained in those videos, my brand values form an acronym that reads SHARE, as in the singer. So the first one was communication, the second one was honesty, and today I'd like to talk about the third one, which is empathy. Now, what is empathy? Empathy is an awareness of other people's feelings and emotions. It's not sympathy. It's about understanding what the other person is feeling, being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes and seeing their viewpoint and seeing where they're coming from and understanding how they're feeling. You might disagree with the person, but you can understand where they're coming from. And, it's about compassion at its core. And I think empathy is really, really important in life in general, especially in today's day and age where a lot of people are clashing online. Sometimes it would help if people had a little bit more empathy. And I think it's a muscle. It's like a muscle we can exercise, and the more we exercise it, the stronger it will become. So, that's a topic for another day, but I really believe empathy is a bit lacking in the world at the moment, and it's something we can have more of. But in relation to business, it helps me because it means I can get inside my client's head and step into their shoes and understand where they're coming from, what their business is trying to get across. With builders, I can also, empathize with their clients because I've been in that position, so I can come at things from that angle. But then at a human level, beyond the business, it's also understanding that, life is not straightforward. It's not always perfect. Things happen. And sometimes you need to make allowances. So for example, I was working on a big VIP project week, and one of the parties for one of the websites got really, really sick, and we had to rearrange things, and that was fine. I understand the person is a human. They can't just run by a schedule. Sometimes things happen. Things happen with our families, things happen with work, and we need to be understanding of that. We can't always expect everything to run 100% the way we want it to. So I think that is a lot about empathy, and I really believe having empathy puts you in a better position in life and in business. And if you saw my video from last month, my work with Esker Bags, they run a very empathetic business, putting themselves in the position of people who are escaping domestic violence and domestic abuse. I don't have direct experience with that, but I have empathy for those people as well. And I have empathy for the person who runs that business, who's been through a lot as well. And so, that calls me to, do some work for her, pro bono, because I wanted to, because I felt a connection there. So empathy dictates a lot of what I do. It doesn't mean I'm a pushover, far from it. There was one client I had to call debt collectors on because they didn't want to pay me for the work I had done. Obviously, they didn't have a good reason for that. I had given them opportunities to explain, to pay, and so forth. They just didn't want to pay. Obviously, I need to be paid for the work that I do. So, it's not about being a pushover. It's not about feeling sorry for people. It's just about having compassion, understanding other people, putting yourself in other people's shoes, and I suppose doing unto others as you would want done to you. So it's just about understanding. So I hope that explains a little bit more about my brand value of empathy. Tune in next video for the final brand value I'll be covering, which is reliability.